This is an ABP network production, and you are watching the DP World PGTI Tour 2026.
The DP World Players Championship moves base from New Delhi to Kolkata, the city known for its iconic Howrah Bridge and the Victoria Memorial, the grandeur of Durga Puja celebrations, and the tempting sweet rasogullas. The 2026 season has seen two different champions in two events, with Jared Hack and Honey Basoya taking home the honors. There isn't much gap to separate the two champions from each other on the DP World PGTI Order of Merit list, but the likes of seasoned campaigners Kalin Joshi, Manu Gandas, Ajitesh Sandhu, and the return of Shaurya Bhattacharya will provide a competitive field at the DP World Players Championship 2026 powered by Urbana. Fresh from the 72 league player auctions, which witnessed serious bidding war amongst the 6 franchisees, the platform is set for India's premier golfers at the Tollygunge Club to make their mark. The 18-hole, 70-par, 100-acre championship golf course at the Tollygunge Club is designed by internationally reputed golf architects. The all-season course is rich in challenge and natural appeal. It caters to different skill levels, and it remains to be seen if the third tournament of the year will see yet another contender for the title and the lion's share of the 1.5 crore rupees prize money. Much more on this as we head to our pre-match show with our guests.
A very good morning to our viewers. We are here at the iconic Tollygunge Club for the finale, round 4 of the DP World Players Championship 2026, powered by Urbana. This is the third event of the DP World PGTI season 2026, and it is expected to be a nail-biter today with a crowded bunch at the top. All eyes today will be on the last 3 groups, consisting of group number 8, Harman Sachdeva, Jamal Hussain and Kshitij Naveed Kaul. Group 9, Akshay Niranjan, Sanjeev Kumar and Akshay Sharma. And finally the leader group, group 10, Om Prakash Chauhan, Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas. And now we have our guest today, leading Italian professional Michele Ortolani, who is a regular on the DP World PGTI and coming all the way from Milan. Michele, you've been a regular here. You've seen all the players over the last couple of years. Now tell us, Shaurya had a forgettable day yesterday. Unlike the first 2 rounds, how do you see the final day panning out and that duel between Manu and Shaurya? What do you think is going to happen?
Good morning to everyone. It's been a long time here already in India, and I get to understand how the players play, and especially here Tolly is a really wonderful place. Well, today is gonna be a tight day, I believe, because Shaurya had a forgettable day yesterday, and I think that's one of the reasons why today should be a guy to watch for, because he's a very experienced player. He's really good. He was one of the few that managed to get a hold on Yuvraj last season. I think, in my opinion, he's gonna be the one to look for today.
And we've got some players right on the tail of the leaders. There's, of course, Kshitij Naveed Kaul, Om Prakash Chauhan. Do you see somebody else climbing up today and making a mark? Because it's a very tight leaderboard.
No, it's a very tight leaderboard, I agree. This course is, especially this week compared to last season, as you can see, the scores are a bit low, like higher than they used to be in the past season, because the greens are faster, the course is firmer, and the rough is a bit tighter. So, obviously, the back nine especially, it's a type of course that if you are precise, you can give yourself a lot of chances for birdies. So I believe that even though Shaurya is obviously playing really solid, if a guy can get a run, it doesn't have to be necessarily a strong player that hits the ball really far, but very accurate, especially with the greens running so purely, you can make a lot of birdies. So obviously it's going to be a tight end.
Michele, let's talk a little bit about Om Prakash Chauhan. He's been a former Order of Merit champion. He's represented India at the DP World Tour for a season. He's always there knocking on the door. What do you make of his chances? He's right behind the leaders.
But this is a course that fits really, really well Om's game, because he's extremely precise and he putts really well, and he likes to play around here. Even last year at Royal Calcutta, the challenge to finish second, lost at the playoff. I think is definitely one of the guys to look after, and is obviously seeking for some redemption because he's been knocking on a door for a while. He's definitely one of the ones to be looking up for.
Okay, now let's talk about a little bit about the weather conditions and the course conditions. The green speed today 10.5 and it's a balmy 27 degrees Celsius. A far cry from Michele, your home country and hometown Milano, which is staging the Winter Olympics right now. So what do you make of the weather here?
Obviously, I always miss Milan in a way, but I'd rather be here in the heat than in Milan in the winter. Obviously, missing out the Olympics, it makes me cry a little bit, but here is fantastic. The weather is great, so it is
Okay.
great.
We move on talking about 72, the league coming up next week, handling the big stage opportunities. How are you looking forward to the league since you have been drafted in by the Rajasthan team?
I'm very grateful to be that I've been drafted in Rajasthan Regals, and it's an honor. Obviously, this is some fresh air coming in. It's a new league, it's a new format, and it's also good for players, not only for the players but for the crowd as well, to get a break from what's it's a regular type of event, and seeing the guys playing together for a team, battling against each other for like camaraderie and all of this stuff. It's gonna be a really interesting couple of weeks, and I really look forward to play.
We're all looking forward to 72 the league and watching you in action at the league. And that's a wrap from the pre-show, and it's back to the commentary box with Rahul Banerjee, Ashwin Krishnan and Rakesh Rao.
Thank you.
Yes, precision and planning promises to be the order of the day on this final 18 holes of the DP World Players Championship. Be with you till the end. I am Rahul Banerjee, and alongside me, fellow commentator Rakesh Rao, and we will be joined later by Ashwin Krishnan as well, as we see you through till the end of day's action. Plenty promises to happen over the next the remaining holes, because as it stands, it's turning out to be a very interesting battle at the top right away. Our two overnight leaders, Manu Gandas and Shaurya Bhattacharya, currently separated by just one shot. Shaurya, while Manu is hard on his heels, currently on 13 and 12 under respectively. Lower down the order, we have people making good strong runs. Kshitij Navidkar, a long hitter, which will could stand him in good stead on this course. Om Prakash Chauhan, the wily old fox. Anshul Kapthial, another young man who hits the ball a long way. Jared Hack, of course, who has already won once this season, and the others in the mix. So this is what is in the offing for us over the next few hours. And Rakesh, your thoughts on what we are likely to see as the day goes along?
Yeah, first of all, let's just enjoy this beautiful sight. Yeah, coming to what you asked, Rahul, yeah, it's going to be close, as we have seen. Shaurya last, entire. I mean, if you just look at the last 6 to 8 months, he has been creating opportunities to win, and here he is. He has not like vanquished his lead even once. Manu knows how to win. He has been up there. He has also won the Order of Merit in the past. Kshitij, we have seen, is one of those who can make a comeback anytime. So Shaurya can't rest on that one-stroke lead, which is very, very thin. So I'm looking forward to some very exciting golf over the next 2 hours, and let's see who makes it happen on the greens today.
Well, as you can see, Shaurya Bhattacharya very narrowly in the lead after 6 holes, 13 under par, 2 under for the day. And on your picture, Kshitij Navidkar, long putt. He seems to have known that it's not going to find its mark, because he popped up straight away after making the stroke. And Bhattacharya, of course, like we said, 13 under par, 1 shot ahead of Manu Gandas, who was the co-overnight leader on 11 under par, is where they set out this morning. Kshitij, on your picture now, is 11 under, just literally hard on the heels alongside Om Prakash Chauhan, while Anshul Kapthia. That is as it stands now, and as the day develops, as we heard from Michel Ottonani a little while ago, the back nine is probably where we'll see a lot of players make a strong run. And like he pointed out, this is a course, it's not very long, 6,270 odd yards, but it requires a fair amount of precision. You have to know where you land your first ball before you take the next shot. So precision and planning is going to be key as we go along through this final day of the 1.5 crore rupee DP World Players Championship at the Tolly, presented by Urbana. Kshitij, back on the picture. His first putt overran by good about 3 or 4 feet. So not the easiest of putts to find up this hole. And very correctly taking his time. Yesterday we saw the greens defeat a lot of players and the reeds. So green speeds up at 10.3 today on this final day. Yes. Confident stroke there. Very relaxed young man, of course. Kshitij Navidkar is a multiple winner on the PGTI, turned professional 8 years ago, though he's only 25. So he's been around for a while, knows all the courses that the DP World people will be visiting over the course of the 2026 season. And yet another view of this beautiful layout and that absolutely magnificent clubhouse, which is a historic building, set in the heart of South Calcutta, this green oasis among the urban sprawl of one of India's most densely populated cities, and teeing off on the 11th hole. Very calculated approach there, finding the dance floor, which is what I think every player will be looking for. Minimize the damage as they go along through the day. And we saw the overnight leader, of course, on day 2, Shaurya Bhattacharya, lose a 4-shot lead through the course of day 3. Manu Gandas making a strong run to catch up. A similar line off the tee. Jarraj Singh Sandhu, one of the more instantly recognizable figures on the PGTI, DP World PGTI, one of a handful of left-handers in the field. Field, of course, teeing off simultaneously from the first and 10th tees to make sure the pace of play is kept high. Lovely shot straight down the pipe down the middle of the fairway. He'll be happy with the result of that shot. Jamal Hussain now on screen. This group, of course, Jamal Hussain, you can see, fairly experienced, 41 years of age, has won multiple times on the PGTI, finds himself regularly in contention, and been a winner in the past. Safely down the center of the fairway. And the third member of this group, now on picture, who will be teeing off now, Kshitij Navidkar. Before that, it was Harman Sachdeva in the bright red shirt. I'm not sure what exactly Jamal was looking for because he set off immediately behind the ball. Hopefully, he has not forgotten that the third member of this group is yet to tee off. 25 years of age, young Call. Already a 5-time winner on the PGTI and plays home calls. The Delhi Golf Club is home course.
Rahul, you spoke about Hussain. He's the only overseas challenger in the field right now. He's from Bangladesh.
Yes, Kshitij with his tee shot. He's a long hitting young man and seems to have just gone a little bit right of the fairway, but that's not too bad. Fairly even rough by the looks of it. He should recover fairly quickly from there. And as we were saying, this is going to be a very interesting day. And Shaurya, of course, currently staying in the lead by one, a very narrow lead. There's a bit of a change there. Om Prakash Chauhan has joined Manu Gandas on 12 under. So there's a bunch, there's a group punching up behind the leader. Two players, one shot behind. Kshitij, of course, by himself in now fourth place, and Anshul Kapthial, another long hitting young man, is 10 under par. That's as things stand as they are. Jared Hack now on picture looking up to, that's a very, very good tee shot by the looks of it. His ball literally a couple of feet away from the pin. Well, there's somebody in the woods by the looks of it. Not a comfortable spot, but as you can see, there's a tree shading the play. All we can see is the practice swing from his club. Looking for a low bump and run, but not giving the ball enough elevation or pace. Unfortunately, staying still on the shoulder of the green there. This group, besides Hack, has Marimuthu R and Jairaj Sandhu. Again, like you said, the left-hander being very easily recognizable on your pictures, and that is exactly who we were talking about. His first attempt from behind the tree, not very successful. He will now want to make sure that this chip at least gets as close to the pin as possible. Pin positions today, Rakesh, really, really difficult. We just had a look. Other than, I think, the 12th or the 13th hole, which is in the center, every other pin has been tucked far left, far right, which will make things very, very interesting, particularly if the lead, or the picture stays as it is going into the final 9 holes. People will have to go flag hunting, and that will create its own pressures.
Absolutely. And, like in all these years, we have seen how Sampath has his ways of, testing anybody on the last day. So he makes sure that it's a tad difficult for everybody to actually just go on hitting. You have to come up with completely like measured sort of approach shots, and exactly where the suitable landing areas are. So yes, we are going to see a lot of interesting approach shots today, and that is sure to get the best out of these golfers.
Jairaj Sandhu doing a bit of gardening. He will want to limit the damage on this hole as much as possible. Marimuthu R and Jared Hack are the other members of this trio currently on screen. Sandhu will putt to limit damage over here. That would be a huge relief for the young man, because his first shot off the edge of the behind the shoulder was not a very good one. So he will feel that he's at least limited the damage over here. Mid-range putt, 7 to 8 feet. Trusting the roll and seeing it drop very nicely indeed.
And that was an easy one for Hack. He's one, who started a little slowly. He dropped two shots on the first five holes and then had this amazing run of birdie, eagle, birdie. So he took the turn at 32. That is two under, and now he's looking to make a move. He's currently sharing the sixth spot at -9. Remember, Shaurya leads the field at 13, so he's still about four shots behind him. But a lot can happen. Like we saw yesterday, Shaurya started the day four ahead and ended the day on equal terms with Manu Gandas. So there you see Akshay. Akshay has lost a bit of steam. Um, he's had a tough day so far. He's got three bogeys on the front nine, and he's still in search of his first birdie of the day.
Certainly, that will make him feel a lot better, Rakesh. Long range putt, finding it accurate and perfectly paced. Good judgment of line as well. He's dropped three shots on the front nine. He will be looking to make up. But as we see on screen now, Shaurya Bhattacharya hanging on to his lead after 7 holes. He's 2 under for the day, 13 under par for the tournament, and currently being hotly pursued by Om Prakash Chauhan and his co-overnight leader Manu Gandas, who has picked up shots as well, but not as many as Shaurya has. But just sliding past.
Rahul, as we were talking about two Akshays there on the screen, there has been a massive shift at the top of the leaderboard. Now we have a three-way lead with Om Prakash and Manu Gandas catching up with Shaurya, only because Shaurya dropped a shot on the par 3-8. So you have leaders at -12 now, followed by Naveed at -9 and Anshul at -10. So now it's anybody's title. It's an open race. After a long time, we are seeing a three-way lead here as the leaders go into the ninth hole. Sorry.
Yeah, certainly nerves will play a role today as well, Rakesh. And though Shaurya is a multiple winner, let's go through this little action replay. So one excellent putt from long range, one miss from medium range, and this one from relatively closer. Neatly done, beautifully converted. So yeah, it's going to be a game of pressure all the way today. The brightly clad Harman Sachdeva making a mark as much with his apparel as is with his golf. Unfortunately, going a little too long with that approach. Not happy with the result, but he certainly is an eye-catching set of clothes, Rakesh.
Yeah, Rahul. And he has also had a very eventful round so far. He's got a double bogey and three birdies to stay on par.
Shit is coming off the right of the fairway. We saw his drive end up in the rough there, but seemingly no damage done. Headed for the green. And as Rakesh mentioned a little while ago, all change at the top. Now it's a three-way tie for the lead. Young Shaurya Bhattacharya has dropped one shot on the eighth hole, par 3. Om Prakash reaping the rewards of some very aggressive play in the opening 9 holes. He did start with a bogey with the second hole, and there are 3 shots thereafter he's picked up, which has brought him into Akshay Sharma now on screen. An experienced golfer, been around for a while, and it's safely towards the left edge of the fairway. Akshay Niranjan and Sanjeev Kumar are the other 2 members of this group. Sanjeev on screen now with his tee shot. His smooth swing. Pipe the ball right down the center of the fairway. That will make him feel very, very, very happy. All of these fairly reachable par 4s. This extremely talented and experienced group of professionals on the DP World PGTI, and Akshay Niranjan, 24 years of age, is yet to win. Plays his golf in Bangalore. He didn't look too happy with the result of that shot, but there's nothing wrong with the result. It's absolutely fine. He's very much on the fairway. And off he goes to plan his next shot. So as we heard at the top of the show, that precision and planning is going to play a big part, Rakesh, in today's proceedings. And though Shaurya yesterday said after he finished his round that there were a couple of places where his club selection was a little off, he would certainly work on that today. But it increasingly is looking like it will be the final 9 holes that will decide, because there's really nothing, not even a playing card really separating the top 5. So it's getting tighter and tighter, and I think the one who holds his nerve best is going to Jamal Hussain now on screen. Experienced man, has been a multiple winner on the PGTI, playing that with soft hands, and an absolutely top-notch result, literally a foot and a half away from the hole.
Rahul, you spoke about Om Prakash, Shaurya, and Manu. These 3 guys up there, the closest to the top, to actually winning the crown. But it's still, with 10 holes to go, a lot can happen. And speaking about the back 9 here, what we have seen on the first 3 days is that has been the kind of area where most of the guys have dropped shots. The front 9 on this entire week has played rather easy. It's a 10th hole which has been the most friendly, as we saw yesterday. Probably well and truly a birdie hole, and thereafter things become a little more difficult. So it remains to be seen how the aspirants go on the last 8 holes. So, and since they're on the 9th, here, interestingly, all 3, Om Prakash, Shaurya, and Manu, they haven't dropped a shot all week. And Manu has birdied it on the last 2 days, so he'll be looking for a hat trick of birdies on the 9th. So it remains to be seen whether we see a sole leader at the turn, or the same trio continues.
And it doesn't really happen very often, Rakesh, that the lead trio are all in the same group. It doesn't always pan out that way. The 3 people we just mentioned on screen now, O.P. Chauhan, Shaurya Bhattacharya, and Manu Gandas, all playing together on the 9th. But on picture currently is Kshitij Navid Kaul. He's 1 shot behind the leading trio and man on the move. He's bogey free so far today. Picked up 2 shots on the front 9, and that will certainly make him feel a lot better as he going into, like you said, the slightly difficult part of the course. And at this point, I'd like to call on Ashwin Krishnan to join us in the commentary box and see you through the next phase of play as things build up steadily towards an exciting climax.
Thank you, sir. And hello to Mr. Rakesh Rao.
Hello, Ashwin. Welcome back.
Interestingly poised, this tournament. The best advertisement for golf when 3 people are in the leader group and are playing together and are leading the tournament at 12 under apiece. As Mr. Rahul Banerjee just correctly pointed out. Shaurya Bhattacharya, been noticing since yesterday, he makes all the right noises and then, falters all of a sudden. This has become some kind of a pattern this week with him. What's your take on that, sir?
Ashwin, on day 1 and day 2, I think he was on the ball. He was doing everything right. It's only that yesterday he lost his way a bit, and especially on the greens, he had to save a lot of pars. He was struggling. His approach was a little debatable, and like he admitted that that his club selection was a little off the mark. But it is surprising because after the first 2 days, when you've shot a 64 and a 62, you slip to 73. That means a difference of 11 shots between day 2 and day 3. Now that is some swing, because you don't normally see someone who has shot a 64 and a 62. It gives the impression that he has got a good idea about club selection. He knows how the ball is rolling on the greens, and to have a 11 shot swing is amazing. And he's still in the hunt, so should he get his act together, he still has a chance, because it's all about who seizes the opportunity. There is Kshitij Naved call. He had an opportunity. That is painful. That should hurt, because at one point he had a nice eagle putt. Now he has 3 putted there, so he has reasons to believe that he had a great opportunity to save a shot there, but that should hurt.
Young kids watching this broadcast can learn a lot from golfers essaying shots like the one that's going to be essayed right now. These are very tricky shots on the fringe of the green. Many people choose the putter to play it safe, but chipping the ball, chipping the ball, as I was mentioning, is a skill set that needs to be perfected off the course before you can start showcasing it in rounds of golf. Now, the same thing applies to putts such as this, 4 feet and less in distance, also called knee knockers, because there's an expectation attached to that, because when it's a long putt, nobody expects you to drain it. It's all in the mind, isn't it, sir?
Always. And golf is all about staying in that particular moment, because every shot, whether it's long ranger or these mid-range putts or even short ones, you can never be too sure. There he drains it rather easily, makes it look easy actually. And as things stand, we are still looking at 3 leaders, with Naveed in with a chance. There is Hussain. This should be in. It shouldn't be so difficult. Yes, there you are. So he stays among the strongest overseas challenger this week, as he continues to share the 10th spot with Saptak. Now, talking about Saptak, he's had an amazing round so far. He has played 12 holes, out of which he has parred 10 and eagled 2. So he has no birdies, no bogeys, only pars and eagle. Now, how often do you see that, Ashwin?
Indeed, it's a one-off. It's probably, I don't know when it last happened on the tour. A statistician can let us know. But what a stat. And I'm sure he's not complaining.
Surely not. You are 4 under for the day without a single birdie. So no one sure has any reasons to complain. There is Sanjeev. He has some work to do. He was very consistent yesterday. He didn't drop a shot all day. And today he has dropped 2. He is still looking for his first birdie of the day. He's got only pars and birdies, pars and 2 bogeys at the turn. So it has been a little tough on him.
That's a great shot, finding the heart of the green. The question is, where is the pin? Interestingly poised is the event, the DP World Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club. We've got 3 people in the lead, all playing in the same 3-ball in the leader group. Om Prakash Chauhan, Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas each sitting pretty at 12 under. Of course, Shaurya Bhattacharya will be kicking himself. He had a 1 speed, but he dropped a shot in the 8th. Yesterday, he returned 5 bogeys as against 2 birdies. And that rocked the boat a bit because he had performed exceedingly well in the first 2 days with
Sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है। मुश्किल खड़ी है, खोले सीना, सामने चट्टान है, मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना, चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है। जिद क्या पावाली, जिद क्या पावाली, जिद क्या पावाली, जिद।
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
The checkered backdrop there shows you the support professional golf is getting in India. It's thanks to the sponsors that tournaments such as this and the ones to follow take place and give our golfers and the golfing ecosystem an opportunity to grow. You see the Tollygunge Club, it's not too different from the Delhi Golf Club in the sense that Delhi has a little more thicket, of course, but there's a little more room to play in the Tollygunge Club. But we were talking about the flora and the fauna, not so much the flora. The fauna, the jackals play a very vital role here. A nice setup. Arms in line with the club. There he goes. He lets it rip. Let's see what the result of that drive is. It finds the heart of the fairway. An excellent drive.
In the meanwhile, Om Prakash has snatched the lead. He has birdied the 9th. and he has taken the lead, leaving Shaurya and Manu a shot behind. Because on the ninth, what happened was that Chauhan, he found a birdie while the other two parred. So at the turn, we have the sole leader in Om Prakash Chauhan. The first time he's leading the field all by himself. And this is also the first time when Shaurya has given up on that top spot. Because from day one, he has been either the sole leader or he has shared the lead. But after the ninth hole on the fourth day, he has vanquished. I mean, he has just surrendered that lead to Om Prakash Chauhan. So as things stand, Om Prakash Chauhan is at minus 13, followed by Shaurya and Manu Gandas at minus 12.
Om Prakash Chauhan also wears the laurel of being the second most successful golfer to emerge from the state of Madhya Pradesh. The first, of course, being the king of Mao, Mukesh Kumar, who's got a lifetime exemption on the tour, and justifiably so. At one point of time, there's nothing he wouldn't win. You're aware of those years, aren't you?
So true, Ashwin. Mukesh has been one of the stalwarts of Indian domestic golf, and then he has also won the Panasonic Open once. So you can imagine that with all that experience, probably the oldest winner from India in any dollar event. That is Akshay Ranjan again, almost getting it there. So what we're seeing is that a lot of golfers are struggling with their distance management here. They somehow this green speed of 10.3 on the stump. It's a little challenging because you don't get to play at this speed normally. And if you recall, Ashwin, when we had the DP, the DP World Championship India, which was held in November, I was told that the green speeds were in excess of 11. So, and no wonder only Indians could make the cut, which came at I think 70. So it was tough. So I just hope that we get to see more and more, speedier greens here, faster ones where our players get used to it. There is Sanjeev missing his birdie putt narrowly and leaving himself with just a tap in.
Drive for show, putt for dough. True indeed. But while technology has changed drivers around and you get a lot more distance with driving, when it comes to putting, it narrows things down. There's a lot more skill involved there, where you have to be able to read the green. There are techniques to read it. There is a lot of development in that, like the straddling technique being used right now. But end of the day, it's your judgment of the line, of the distance, of the speed, of the grains of grass where they're pointing. It's such a detailed art as putting. As you can see, Akshay Niranjan, who's dropped 3 shots, straddling the ball and all set to let loose. Another 3.5, 4 foot putt. And he misses it. This is exactly what we're talking about. So these putts make a big difference, because a 300-yard drive is also one shot, and that missed half-an-inch putt is also a shot.
You remind me of what Roger Federer had told students in a US university, that no matter what you do, you have to get over the disappointment of a poor shot. And that is exactly what applies equally in golf as well. If you've had a bad shot, it is still just one shot. And if you hit a great shot, it still remains a shot.
It's not too windy today. The flag isn't fluttering around too much. So that's one element of stress off the golfer's mind. Accuracy is paramount. Well, he's trying to check the wind there, throwing the grass up in the air. Interesting bit about Shaurya Bhattacharya is, like you mentioned, he shot a 64 in the opening round and a 62 in the second, but he shot a 73 in round three. Now that's where if he had actually even shot something like 2 or 3 under, he would have been in a far better position right now. So these errors can actually cost you. Now he's sitting tied second with 2 other golfers, Kshitij Navedkol and Manu Gandas, while Om Prakash Chauhan, the man from Madhya Pradesh, is ruling the roost at 13 under.
Ashwin, about around the same time yesterday, it was Shaurya who was at 13, and his nearest contender was at -8. He enjoyed a 5-shot lead, and in the remaining holes of the back nine, he just blew them away. So it was kind of strange to see how things can happen. There was a huge swing, and there is Manu still on the green there. I think what we are going to see is that the clincher is going to be a short game. The approach and your shot off the tee, then your approach to the green. These two are still areas where these guys are doing reasonably well. But I think it is on the green or around the green where this tournament is going to get decided.
Another excellent shot. Shaurya Bhattacharya is going for gold. He knows that there is very little scope for error right now. Also, looking at Manu Gandas, one sees the general look of the professional golfer today has changed in the past 10, 15 years. The levels of fitness, the levels of the detailed that goes into the hard work and preparation to become a professional golfer is totally different from what it was 20 years ago. Earlier, people just hit the driving range and there was very little physical fitness. I remember Mukesh Kumar claim to fame was he spent hours meditating in a crowded marketplace in Mao. That was his preparation for the thing, and didn't serve him too badly. Now that ball is rolled into the notorious Tollygunge rough. It's not going to be easy to get back from there.
Truly, because now as we move to the 11th hole, now this 11th hole has been very, very friendly to most of the golfers yesterday in particular. Today also we see that players have had a fairly good outing there. They all have picked up shots. Anshul had a birdie, Saptak had an eagle, Harman and Jamal, they both had birdies here. So this is not such a challenging hole, but then if you go off the tee, then you are in trouble. So Akshay getting ready for his tee shot on the 11th. Again, this is not where he would have loved to be, but yes, he's closer to the green, all right. But just dangerously close to that water body which guards the green. And in the meanwhile, there is an interesting swing. Kshitij has birdied the 11th and now finds himself in the joint second spot, and he has tied with Shaurya and Manu at -12, one behind the leader Om Prakash Chauhan.
Kshitij Navedkol, one of the more talented golfers on the circuit, only 25 years of age. He has not done too badly this year, finished 4th at the SCCL Chhattisgarh Open Golf Championship. in early in Feb this year, and second on the DP World Players Championship. Now, if you're supposed to go by statistics, half of 4 is 2, half of 2 is a win. So ideally, you should win this one.
True, Ashwin. There is Naveed. This is Naveed looking to gain a shot there and move closer to the leader. Shaurya again struggling with the length of his putts on the green. Shaurya's confidence has surely taken a hit after what happened yesterday, and it is showing now. After birdies on the first and the fifth holes, he has just been struggling. He's got pars, 3 pars, and a bogey. He has lost his lead, so a lot is happening there between the years for Shaurya.
That's Manugandas playing percentage golf. He has just one birdie today as against a sea of pars. The birdie came on the par 4 fifth. Now he's on the back nine. I'm sure his game plan will be to attack the pin because he's one of the 3 golfers tied second, just 1 stroke behind Om Prakash Chauhan, the leader. This is the time, if there is any, to go for gold. Spending adequate time over the ball and letting it rip. That was a long putt. And it has just skirted past the hole, 1.5 or 2 past it. Frustrating moments, aren't these?
Sure, but he has just given himself an opportunity to be the joint leader one more time, because that one should give him a tally of 13 under, because that's just about a club length away from the flag. Watching that same long ranger here. Brilliantly played, and he has an opportunity to join Om Prakash Chauhan in the lead. There you have the leader looking to add another birdie. Leaves it a tad short, and of course he knows that he had read the line right. What he lacked was the distance. Just a little gentle tap. There you are. So he stays on minus 13, and that gives Manu a chance to tie for the lead.
Reading the line is a skill set golfers have perfected over the years, but you're never as good as you want to be for whatever reason. Shaurya Bhattacharya knows it's a make or break situation. He's enjoyed the lead for most part of this event, but enjoying the lead and winning a tournament are two different things. And he drains that one. He definitely heave a sigh of relief. What do you have to say?
You're absolutely right. That should make him feel a lot better now, because now he's back in the joint lead. So, and there is looking to join the leaders here, Manu. So we could well have 3 leaders after this makeable birdie for Manu. Taking his time there. There you are. He drains it very gently. So you have a 3-way lead again. So after 10 holes, you have 3 leaders, Om Prakash, Shaurya, and Manu. And with 8 holes to go, I invite Rahul Banerjee in the combox to join Ashwin Krishnan.
Thank you, Rakesh. Yeah, and all change yet again at the top of the order, so to say. Overnight joint leaders, still joint leaders, they've been joined by Om Prakash Chauhan, OP, of course, letting a golden chance go there, Ashwin, of sort of staying ahead, because he did have a birdie, but which is very narrowly missed. So it's really everything to play for even now. We're well into the final half of the final day, and it's all now. Sorry, I have to give him credit on this hole at least. His drive was way off to the left, and to find the green from where he was behind the trees was a tremendous effort. And though his eagle putt was fortunately a little short, he didn't let that rattle him too much and converted that birdie opportunity calmly. Manu, of course, making a real good go of his attempted eagle putt, came really close before it broke away at the very last minute. So, like we forecast, or we were discussing early in the morning, and as our visiting expert Michel Ortolani told Nikhil in the morning, that this is going to be a game of precision planning. It's exactly what it's turning out to be. As you can see on your screens now, 3-way tie for the lead on 13 under par after 10 holes. Kshitij Navid Kaul hard on the heels of the lead trio, Anshul Kaptial, but further 2 shots back.
That's Manu Gandas off the 11th tee box, sends the ball soaring into the skies. Cloudy is what I would say looking at the sky. It's not really your traditional sunny blue sky, but that hole over there has a water body guarding the green to the right. No scope for error. A very thin, narrow neck of fairway leads to the green. So you'll be well advised to strike the green first attempt. Shaurya Bhattacharya making doubly sure that his line is right and he's aiming in the right direction. As we mentioned, There's a three-way lead here. Om Prakash Chauhan, Shaurya Bhattacharya, and Manu Gandas lead the field at 13 under apiece. It'll be interesting if it goes into a three-way playoff.
It's the par threes, Ashwin, that have proved to be something of a problem for Shaurya particularly since yesterday. This will be an interesting test for him. It's one of the few pins that are in the center of the green, but well forward. So, as we saw there, it's perilously close to the front edge, equidistant from the two sides, but the tournament director has made sure it's as close to the water body as possible. So, making it really hard to go pin hunting. So, whether players want to play safe over here and get away with just leave with the par, or pick the most. Om Prakash Chauhan, of course, vastly experienced, 11-time winner on the PGTI, topped the order of merit 2 years ago, and spent a year on the European, the DP World Tour. Oodles of experience, and he is, as you saw, opted to take the safety route, Ashwin. Get onto the dance floor and then make sure you get a two-putt. And if you get a bogey, I beg your pardon, if you get a birdie, so much, good for you. But no one taking chances at hunting for glory on this, with that pin position so close to the front edge of the green and the water lurking.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
Back live at the Tollygunj Club on the final day, final 9 holes of the DP World Players Championship. The prize purse of 1.5 crores. The event presented by Urbana. Nice long ball there. As you can see, the amount of contouring on the greens is going to be a test, as it has been for the last 3.5 days for the entire field. But that's what you have to contend with. Every one of those who made the cut are playing in the same conditions, and it's just the one who plans his round better, executes his plans the best. And as we heard at the top of the show, plays with the maximum precision. Precision is what is key on this relatively short course, 6,270 odd yards. The Tollygunj Club, established in 1895. Om Prakash Chauhan with his birdie putt. Actually, on the far end of the green, has to cover the entire length of the green. It's a 30-yard end-to-end green. He will want to make sure that he gets as close to the pin as possible. Looking distinctly unhappy with his effort there with the putter. Shaurya and Manu look to be a lot closer to the pin than OP. 13 under par it is as things stand today. The lead, 3-way tie, and I beg your pardon, it's now 4-way. Kshitij Navidkol has also joined the party. which makes for very, very interesting closing stretch, final 8 holes of this event. This is now going to be Anshul Kaptial actually snapping away at their heels as well, though he's a little further up the road, having completed 15 holes. So here is our leader, joint leader, who's been in and around the lead from the very start. Briefly lost it for one hole today before rejoining the pack at the top. 13 under par is currently the gold standard, Ashwin, at this event, and getting more and more interesting as the holes tick by.
Whoever said 13 is an unlucky number needs to revisit that statement. And in your years of experience covering golf, when did you last see a four-way lead going into the 11th or 12th hole of a back nine, the final round?
It must be a very, very long time ago. But whatever, it will looks to be setting up long curling putt there from Shaurya. He leaving it a little on the low side by the looks of it. It's a very, very good effort there, Ashwin. Good read in terms of speed and the amount it would break from right to left. Whether it seems to have stopped very close to the pin. You know, that's great effort there. Manu Gandas is up next. Coming from the other side of the green, he is the only one on the right. And he has just seen his two playing partners come up with various two different results for their first putts. Good opportunity for him. He's at least on the same level as the pin. So that gives him a slightly better chance to pick up a shot here. It's not going to be easy, but he's another extremely experienced campaigner, has spent a year playing in Europe as part of the DP World PGTI tie-up that rewards the Order of Merit champion with a one-year card, exemption on the DP World European Tour. Manu Gandas putting for the lead. Currently in a four-way tie, along with Kshitij Navid Kaul, Shaurya Bhattacharya and Om Prakash Chauhan. And there you go. Someone had to do it. And why not Manu? I mean, he's probably the calmest customer on the golf course. You never see a change of expression on his face. A good shot or bad shot doesn't make a difference. And lovely little replay of a perfectly executed putt. Great pace, great line. Literally the dying roll into the cup. OP putting for par. This par 3. And just like that, he is out of the lead quad. Making it now a three-way tie for the lead between Kshitij. I beg your pardon. Manu by himself in the lead now. And a three-way tie for second place behind him. Manu Gandas converting. What certainly helped Ashwin was that he found the same deck on the same level as the pin position. The others, we had coming downhill and curling. Both of them had long curling putts. He was literally on the same level. So it was more or less a straightforward, much less turn to cater for. Akshay Niranjan now on screen. Things building up very nicely here at the DP World Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club, presented by Urbana. Manu Gandas just edging ahead of the pack. Akshay in a very fetching lime green shirt, matching the greenery around him. Nicely done. Read the pace well. I'm relieved that he's not inflicted any damage on his card. The replay of that. Very, very well judged pace.
If you notice the 11th green, beyond between the pin position and the water body there's a slight slope. The green slopes into the water body, so that's why nobody is trying to attempt to overshoot the pin. And as you had mentioned very clearly, sir, very correctly, that Manu Gandas was at level with the pin, which helped him greatly. And Om Prakash Chauhan, in fear of sending the ball down that slope, probably missed his putt. It's such a mental game as golf. But this tournament is now shaping up to be what they call in Australia humdinger.
Absolute cracker, no doubt about it. And as heading into the final stretch of this event, it's been a lot of fun and games. Manu Gandas, of course, get to drop a shot through much of the final day. He's gone bogey free so far. And it's building up very, very nicely indeed towards what should be, or promises to be, a photo finish. So Rakesh Rao back in the commentary alongside me. So Manu very calmly convert a birdie putt, Rakesh, where the others not so well placed as he was on that par 3. So he's now just edged ahead by 1. And on your screen, PGTI Q School graduate, Harman Sachdeva, the most striking of the lot on the field we have seen today in the bright red ensemble, bright red t-shirt and bright red sleeves to match. And he's certainly doing his best to hold his own in this group of very experienced players around him.
Yeah, Rahul, this birdie on the par 3 11, which is a rarity all day today because of the top 14 players on the leaderboard. Only the top 2 have been able to get a birdie there. So imagine Manu and Kshitij, 2 guys, both of them are maintaining a very clean sort of a card, a bogey-free round for both so far. Kshitij is -4 for the day. Manu is -3 for the day. Leads by 1. So a lot is happening for these two. Shaurya, who shared the lead with Manu, has slipped to the joint second spot. So still a lot to play for. We still have the leaders have to play 7 holes from now. So, and just 1 shot separating the top 3 players there. So a lot of exciting times.
Well, there you have it, presented by Urbana, this event, this 1.5 crore rupee event at the Tollygunge Club in Kolkata. And a quick word on the PGTI, DP World PGTI store partners: Amul, Axis Bank, Victorious Choice, Campa, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Golf Plus Monthly, and Golf Design India. That's the sort of support that is helping professional golf grow and expand in India as we go along. And soon after this event ends, we will be heading into India's first ever all professional league. It starts next week in the form of the 72 the league. Kshitij Navid Kaul now currently in a tie for second place alongside Shaurya Bhattacharya on your screens. So the edge of the green, so it's a long push. I think he picked up. He had used the spotter for that one. Seeing the ball cut from left to right towards the very end. Yeah, coming back to that hole that you're talking about, Rakesh. There was one reason for why not much gain is being made there is the pin position. It's a 30-yard deep green, and the tournament directors opted to put the flag at the very front edge, and just before which rather, is a water body. So playing safe, I think, has been the name of the game so far. And OP will certainly feel that he had, let an opportunity go over there, because par is the very least. I mean, I don't think too many people have even dropped shots there, maybe one or two in the top 20, 25. Like you said, very few have made gains, but very few people have really let it damage their card. Par has been by far the most popular option. That's the way the game goes. Power, precision, planning, and execution. All of it is the package that each one of these players in the field need, and the one who puts it together the best is probably the one who's going to prevail at the end of 18 holes. If we don't have a playoff, which at one time, when there was a four-way tie for the lead, Rakesh, was looking quite likely. It's now, of course, opened out a little bit. Manu Kandar's 14 under par, sole leader, two-way tie for is behind him, and OP Chauhan, till just minutes ago, who was in the lead, in the shared lead, is now two back.
Well, a lot can happen over just one hole. All it'll require is just a one-shot swing, and should Manu stay where he is, Kshitij and Shaurya will have to pick up a shot. So again, we can have at least three guys sharing the lead there, or Manu drops a shot and it'll all be equal at the top. That is at minus 13. So far, Manu is the only one to reach minus 14, the first player to reach 14 under for the tournament. Previously, Shaurya had reached minus 13. He was the first to reach there. Then he slipped a bit. And then, and even now, he finds himself at 13 under for the tournament. There is Harman Sachdeva lining up his putt. Harman has picked up his game after that double bogey on the second. He started with a birdie, double bogeyed the second, bogeyed the fifth, and then over the last about 6 holes, he has picked up 3 shots.
That's Manu with his typical crouch. He's one of the very, very few in the PGTI, DP World PGTI's ranks who actually goes back down on one haunch to study his lines. Very, very unique sight, and almost instantly recognizable just by the way he does it. It's turning out to be a titanic battle, Rakesh. This is, and the course is certainly playing its part. Some absolutely impeccably presented fairways and greens. So a lot of thanks and kudos to the greens staff of the Tollygunge Club who have presented this venue in this condition. The players can't really have any complaints. It's up to them now to make the most out of the conditions. That's our sole leader on screen, Manu Ganda's 14 under par, making a lovely birdie putt on the par 3. Extremely challenging pin position, but put his ball tee shot pin high and very calmly made the conversion to grab the lead from Kshitij Navid Kaul, Shaurya Bhattacharya and Om Prakash Chauhan. Anshul Kapthial now closing into within 1 of 4th placed OP Chauhan. And just before Manu was on your screen, we had a quick look at young Harman Sachdeva, PGTI Tour rookie, came through the qualifying school and holding his own. He's 9 under par for the tournament. Rakesh certainly doing his best at this event, presented by Urbana, who are out to change your world.
Yeah, Rahul. Harman has really He has shown that he has the game to be among the top guys here, and he's had a great week so far. And he has shown a lot of steel. After a bad start, he has recovered, and there's Manu trying to add another birdie, falling well short. He has left himself a challenging putt from here. Looks easy, but never easy when you are the leader and with so much at stake. I recall once Jeev Milkha Singh had, mentioned that no matter how well you are driving off the tee, how your approach shots are, if your shot game doesn't work that week, you may not even make the cut. And it has happened with him so often, and he laughs about it. But and he maintained that his strongest game was his shot game, chip and putt, and rolling all those putts. And here we see Shaurya again falling short, missing an opportunity to join the leaders there. And Rahul, you'll recall last season we had so many contests involving Shaurya with either the eventual champion or with somebody who just overtook him at the end. And I mean, he should have and could have won a lot more last year, but he kept himself in contention on a Sunday afternoon. And I recall there was one tournament where he looked like winning. He was just closing in with just 3 holes to go. He was in the lead, and Kshitij produced an absolute magical run with 2 birdies and an eagle to win by 2 shots. So Shaurya has been creating opportunities for himself to win again here over the last 4 days. He has been at it, currently trailing by 1. But he has the game to actually produce some big shots and to win when it really matters.
Event leader Manu Gandas. Beautifully placed camera here. You get a lovely view of the green as well as the adjoining fairway. Manu always takes his time. He's not going to be rushed, and he knows every putt is critical. And yes, coming back to your point about Shaurya, I mean, yes, he did lose one, but there were 2 other events. I think particularly one that stands out after this replay of Manu's very calm and very collected putt, where he actually hunted down the eventual order of merit winner, Yuvraj Sandhu. After the turn, Yuvraj was, I think, 4 or 5 shots in the lead, and Shaurya Bhattacharya tracked him down and then won on the last 2 holes. So there are days, it goes for you, and OP will feel very, very happy with that one. He is made up for that blip on the previous hole, so which brings him back into a tie for second place alongside Kshitij Navid Kaul, and they have a little replay of OP's birdie putt. Calm conversion. Would have been a little furious with himself with the previous hole, but it's best to leave what has happened on that green behind and look ahead to the next one. Jamal Hussain in a bit of strife. I think he's asked for a ruling. Sujit Nagraj there, one of the umpires. They can take a relief from the bare patch or not. Doc, as he's popularly known, making sure that the relief, Jamal takes relief in the in the most correct way possible of that bare patch of earth, and he gets 1 club length to drop the ball. Jamal, another player who's been in very decent form, not only end of last season but also through the early part of the 2026 DP World PGTI season. And he will drop it again. And under the new rules, it is where the ball drops, not necessarily where it comes to a rest. Is where he will be allowed to play from, as we see on screen. Sujit walking up, having done a good job with his adjudication over there. And Jamal Hussain, 9 under par for the tournament. His second shot on the par for 14th. Wind picking up as it did yesterday, Rakesh. Towards the end of the day, we did see the flags whipping around on the pole. And not the best of positions for Jamal because he's just on the downslope of tee box and has. So will it be a high soft shot or will it be a bump and run? Remains to be seen. His playing partners far better placed. Harman Sachdeva there, PGTA Tour rookie, and Kshitij Navid Kaul. Harman holding his own in very experienced company. Lovely soft hands there. Letting the ball release towards the hole, but I just overcooked it a little bit. But then he's a young man, spending his first season on the big stage. He will learn as he goes along. But this will be interesting to see what Jamal can come up with from that awkward lie. Well, all things considered, he has left himself with a fairly makeable putt from there. And the ball still, that was very smart use of the contour, Rakesh. Look at what he's done. He's gone past the hole, used the contouring as a backstop, and let the ball roll towards the pin. Great stuff. Then a good display of skill and exactly why he is such a highly regarded player on the circuit. This 41-year-old, been around for a long time. He's a multiple winner on the PGTI. And one of two men tied for second place currently on screen. Kshitij Navid Kaul also looking to bump and run the ball. Letting it go a little further than he would have liked.
All eyes will be on Kshitij now because he's showing form. He hasn't dropped a shot so far. He is the one who seems to be the closest among those sharing the second spot. But he should be considered as a first among equals when it comes to getting closer to Manu, because his game is very, very consistent. He's looking solid. He's playing percentage golf. And he doesn't seem to be getting anything wrong, much like Manu today. Again, another flawless round so far. Kshitij has 4 birdies on his card. Manu has 3. While Chauhan has had two bogeys against 5 birdies. While Shaurya has 1 bogey against 3 birdies. So there has been a mix of some good play, some errors, but Manu and Kshitij right up there, holding their nerves, producing just the right shot when it mattered. So it'll be interesting to see how Kshitij approaches the score from now on. Will he get a little aggressive? Will he trust his instincts? Go for it? Because he'll have to make things happen, Rahul. Otherwise, Manu can just take it away from here. Because Manu is also very, very solid today. So for Kshitij to be in contention, he can't just wait for things to happen. He'll have to make them happen.
Kshitij now with an opportunity to catch the leader. One of only 2, as Rakesh just pointed out to you, in the top 15 probably, who's yet to drop a shot. He and the leader, Manu Gandas, are the 2 who have kept a clean card today. And he does it. For now, he's in share of the lead. 14 under par will be his score. That will come up on the screen shortly. There you go, the little bird tugging the flag across the screen to tell you that he did convert. It was a good effort, fairly long range. I think now the players are starting to trust the green and the way the ball rolls a little bit more even. Harman Sachdeva in the bright red, Jamal Hussain in the bright pink. Yet to go with their putts. Kshitij, of course, had the longest putt. Harman will feel that he has got a good read in both in terms of pace and line, because all three of them are coming from the same quadrant, same quarter of the green towards the pin. So Kshitij's putt should be a good coach or a good teach for those who are following Harman Sachdeva, and Jamal Hussain will be the next two to putt.
Misses it by a whisker. He could have added another birdie there. Remember, Harman is one of the 6 players to have a subpar score in double digits. So he could have moved to 11. That was a narrow miss. Just see that again. Just lipped the cup and stayed out.
I tell you what, Rakesh, this kid is certainly impressed. I mean, this is great display of temperament. I mean, he's come through the Q school, and here he is in just the third event of the season, mixing it up, literally duking it up with the top. That would have given him a share of what, 4th place or 5th place on 11 under par.
At 11, he would have been tied 5th.
For 5th, brilliant.
And now he's sold 6th.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. I mean, that's really creditable going by someone who's so new to the playing it alongside the big boys. Jamal Hussain now with his attempted birdie, and if he does make it, which he does, would be an extremely creditable. You can see where he came from, that little patch of red earth behind the flag, from where we can see near the Victorious Choice board, advertising board, is where he had to play a second shot from. Got relief from that position, and then use the backstop, use the green, the contouring really well.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for?
अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस. जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन. इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं.
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस, थकान वाली प्यास के लिए.
There we see Harman on the par 4 15th. Rahul was talking about how impressed he was with this young man's temperament, his approach. And Harman has been joined in the 6th spot by Jamal, following birdie. So Harman will be looking to get closer. He's on minus 10 right now. Leaders are on 14. So there you are. Harman is playing in the group Jamal takes his tee shot, and they are in the same group as Kshitij, the man of the moment. He has made his move. He has joined the leader at -14. The first time that he's enjoying the share of the lead with just one gentleman there. And looking aggressive, looking really solid to make that move with just about the last 5 holes to go.
The lead group on screen. Shaurya in the dark charcoal grey t-shirt on the white cap, walking off to the right. It's a par 5. The 13th hole. It's coming right from the edge of the green. Today, every other than the par 3, the short par 3, every other hole has pin positions tucked away far left and far right. Shaurya is just off the edge of the green here on third shot. This par 5, you'll want to get that ball as close to the pin as possible. And he actually has it all to do, having given away the lead. And that is a pretty good effort there. If it's not a chip in, wow, it just shaved the bottom of the hole as it rolled past. And there you have the current situation as it is. Kshitij now at call. Manu Gandas tied for the lead on 14 under par after 12 holes. Kshitij having completed 14. Om Prakash Chauhan and Shaurya Bhattacharya, the other two members of this lead group on screen, they share third place as things stand. Shaurya, replay of his lovely chip shot there. Looked good, tracked well for the longest time. Just skated past the low edge of the hole. It should still leave him with a birdie putt. And on screen now, Om Prakash Chauhan, who was also for a little while today, had the lead by himself and was in a share of the lead, falling back, and is now currently in a tie for third. One last look at the target. Hope he settles on the ball. Ball looks like breaking left to right, but didn't turn as much as he would have liked or thought it would. Just sort of rolled past. So OP and Shaurya still in a share for third. Shaurya Bhattacharya, of course, giving himself an opportunity to join the leaders. Though I'm sure Manu Gandas and Kshitij Navidkol will also have something to say about that, Rakesh.
Yeah, that was close. But again, with just one shot separating the top 4, we can expect anybody to, raise that trophy, hoist that trophy, later on in the afternoon. But nervy times for the top 4. I'd love to see Shaurya make a move now, because he's the one who has been very sedate, focusing on the basics all right, but now that he has lost the share of the lead, much will depend on him. And there we see one of the joint leaders and the man who has made his move today to snatch the lead, the sole lead for once, and then now he's sharing the lead. Let's see what he does from here. Just leaves it a bit wide. Leaves himself with a tap in. All these missed opportunities are going to add up when we take a look at what really happened over the last 4 days. Manu has had a fine run so far. At least he hasn't dropped a shot all day, much like Kshitij.
Shaurya now with a chance to join the leaders, sitting on a birdie putt. Very nice chip on from the edge of the green with the second. So his third shot, I beg your pardon. So this gives him a chance to which he does. That will certainly would have brought a fair amount of relief with it, because he's been, since yesterday afternoon, he has been in the battles, Rakesh. He's been in the wars, has seen his lead shrink, then vanish, then fall back. Much appreciated as well by the smattering of spectators who have turned up on this final day of the 1.5 crore rupee DP World Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club in Calcutta, presented by Urbana. All to play for, Rakesh, as we enter this final stretch of this event. It has been a real, what do you say, we call it a ding-dong battle, for, especially in the, as we've crossed the, crossed into the back nine. It's really tightened up. Three-way tie for the lead. There's one of your co-leaders on screen, far right in the white hat. Jamal Hussain in pink, and Herman Sachdeva, rookie, in the bright red on the far left.
Jamal is looking at a possible hat trick of birdies here. He has birdied the last 2 holes. Has moved to -10. 4 shots off the leaders. That's Herman Sachdeva. Who's had a pretty clean back nine so far. 2 birdies over the last 5 holes. There was a birdie putt, but a pretty long one. Leaves himself with a makeable par putt. So he'll stay most likely at -10. He doesn't gain anything from here. A little while ago, we saw Shaurya making that birdie. And like we were having a chat on this, that Shaurya will have to make things happen. He'll have to be a little more aggressive on the greens. He'll have to attack the flag a little more from in every approach. And forget about, whatever has happened in the last, say, about 25 holes. So he's lost his grip a bit, but then a lot can happen still, because he still has a lot to play for. Meanwhile, Om Prakash has picked up a shot, his second successive birdie, to be joined second. There's Kshitij.
Certainly birdies coming now thick and fast. We've seen the ball dropping into the hole more regularly than we've seen it at any point since we came on air yesterday. A series of birdie conversions happening in front of your eyes. Kshitij Navidkol being the most recent, because he was in a tie for the lead with Manu Gandas. Manu also picking up a birdie, as did Shaurya, as did OP Chauhan. So there's plenty of action now at the top of the leaderboard, getting hotter and faster. The closer we get to the 18th, or the 72nd and final hole of this, Harman Sachdeva now converting calmly for his par. No damage done to the young man's card. And as the leaderboard in front of us, as it says, 14 under par for Kshitij Navidkol, 14 under par Manu Gandas, 13 under par each for Om Prakash Chauhan and Shaurya Bhattacharya. And not too far behind Anshul Kaptial, who's actually completed his round for the day. He's back in the clubhouse and with a fine round. Young man dropped one shot, but has the card of the day with six under run. It's Jamal Hussain now on screen. Looking to close the gap on the leaders. That should put him into the top 5. Share of the top 5. Jamal Hussain, very calm customer, been around for the longest time, has had notable success on the PGTI over the years, and a little selection of almost theirs and made the good and the almost good, so to say. Kshitij blasting that ball past the pin. Akshay Niranjan sinking it from long range. Or Manu Gandas. This was the putt that first gave him the lead. Lovely little conversion. Navidkol, tricky looking lie, and really unfortunate to miss out. Akshay Sharma now on screen, this experienced golfer from Chandigarh. Oh boy. So it can happen, ladies and gentlemen. So if you do miss your putts occasionally, like you just saw on screen in front of you, no need to feel bad. Don't let it break your heart, because that's just the nature of the beast. That's the way golf is. It can elate you in a minute and deflate you the very next. And that's how you find the middle path, the most equanimous, the center of the seesaw, so to say. That will keep your round going, your golf going. So please stay with it, stick with it. This is a game we all love. Brought to you now with the DP World PGTI and this event presented by Urbana at the hoary 130-year-old Tollygunge Club in Kolkata. They're still the younger cousin by a few years from the Royal Calcutta Golf Club, which is probably one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, and the oldest, going by legend, outside of the United Kingdom, outside of Scotland and England, the oldest club in the world. That's the Royal Calcutta Golf Club, just down the road from Tolly, which is no spring chicken on its own. 130 years is and counting.
We saw Sanjeev Kumar there. He's got 5 bogeys and still searching for his first birdie of the day. He really lost his way after yesterday's bogey-free round. And he's currently sharing the 18th spot after having gone 5 over for the day today.
Beautifully poised this tournament, and there is the chiseled physique of Manu Gandas standing on that tee box, once tied for the lead with Kshitij Navidkol. This fortunes are swinging in this tournament at almost with every shot.
Yeah, we saw Manu and Kshitij share the lead. Then we saw Manu inching ahead. Kshitij has rejoined the lead at minus 15 now. So, very, very interesting. Kshitij has had five of the, after the turn, he's had four birdies of the last five holes. So, you know that he is surely making the move. Much like Manu, who has had three birdies over the last four holes. So these two contenders, joint leaders, both of them they've had a flawless round so far, bogey free, and really going for it now. They are not waiting for somebody to falter. They're going for birdies. No more play safe tactics.
Beautiful image there. Great camera work. It also gives you a perspective of the Tollygunj Club with its flora, fauna, the trees there lining the fairways. It's a picturesque golf course. You see the dark. Sorry, just a second. That was an approach shot over the trees. Thick trees, hardly any light in between them. If you go into that area, you're really asking for trouble. So accuracy is paramount to success on this golf course. Meanwhile, our tournament is supremely excitingly poised. Kshitij Naved Kaul and Manu Gandas leading the field at 15 under apiece. It's the tied for the lead with 3 holes to go for Kshitij. Manu, of course, has the luxury of 5 holes. But let's see where this tournament heads now. We also have 2 golfers, Om Prakash Chauhan, the experienced Om Prakash Chauhan, and the leader all along thus far, Shaurya Bhattacharya, sitting tied third at 14 under apiece. So these are the 4 golfers in contention, unless somebody throws their hat in the ring. Someone like Anshul Kaptial or Jamal Hussain, but it looks very Anshul Kaptial, of course, has finished his round, but Jamal Hussain very well might. And we just talked about the rough. As part of a golf training routine, you spend most of your time in the driving range. I would spend a lot of my time in the rough, trying to get out.
Yeah, Ashwin. Anybody who has played at the DGC here in he knows how to deal with the woods. Wherever you have these old-fashioned tree-lined fairways, you'll always have these kind of challenges. And there you have Shaurya, who's a little desperate to regain his lead. Of course, he'll have to be aggressive. But he can't afford to lose his balance. He can't be rash, and that'll be difficult for him because. But then, with his kind of experience, and he's in supreme form on the domestic tour, as we saw last season, and here he's playing his first lead for most part. So, of course, that shouldn't take away anything from him, that one shot off the fairway. But he knows his stuff. He's just still looking at the possibility of saving a shot here.
That shot through the thicket was a little tough, also because the pin is tucked close to the edge of the green. So you can't overshoot it. It would be unwise to overshoot it. So he tried to hit the fringe and have it roll close to the pin, but unfortunately the ball got caught in the second cut. The second shot, recovery shot from there onto the green has left him 3 feet short of the pin. 3 feet on these greens It's not always a given.
Yeah, here he is in danger of dropping a shot or even more because that was his fourth on the par 4 hole. So Shaurya will have to leave the company of Om Prakash Chauhan in the joint third spot, I think, after this hole, because he's had a tough phase of recovery from there. Once he had hit his shot into the woods there, just on the fringe rather. He didn't really go deep. And there is Manu Gandas lining up his putt. Manu looking for a second successive birdie and his fourth from the last 5 holes. He's really stepped up after the turn. And that's a par putt. Again, he's also in danger of dropping a shot here. This is quite a long putt. Let's see whether he's able to drain this. Hits it to the left. Drops his shot here. Another tap in for him. But this has proved costly. He's dropped a shot, his first bogey of the day. And that leaves Kshitij in the sole lead, temporarily though. But Manu has slipped to minus 14 and joins Om Prakash Chauhan and Shaurya. And meanwhile, Shaurya has also dropped a shot. So Shaurya moves to the joint fourth. He'll be the sole fourth spot. He'll be holding the sole position on the fourth spot as minus 13. 2 ahead of Anshul, who has already finished his round. So there is Om Prakash looking to birdie and join the leaders. There he drains it. He moves to minus 15 here. So Manu and Om Prakash, they have traded spots. Just a 2-shot swing on this hole. So very, very interesting happenings here. There's the action replay for Om Prakash. That's his third birdie in succession. So he has recovered from that bogey on the par 3 11th. So Om Prakash is back in business, whereas Shaurya is showing signs of nerves. There he just about manages after the ball wobbles a bit and finds the heart of the cup finally. So Shaurya will be down to minus 13 now. And Kshitij, after that error of judgment from Manu Gandas for his lone bogey of the day. So Kshitij takes position of the sole lead.
Kshitij Navid Kaul, not an alien to wins. He has over 40 junior title wins, a habit cultivated early in life, serving him well now. Sitting with a blemish-free card thus far. 6 under so far after 15 holes. 2 birdies in his front 9 on the second and the 7th. And He went on a rampage on the back nine after a par on the 10th, birdies on the 11th and 12th, a par on the 13th, and again back-to-back birdies on the 14th and 15th. Kshitij now with call means business.
Ashwin, if you recall, last year in the Kolar Open, it was Shaurya who was leading with 3 shots to go. I mean, with 3 holes to go, and it was Kshitij who had a birdie eagle on the last 3. Picked up 4 shots to win by 2. So a lot has happened since then. Kshitij is showing nerves of steel here. He's playing aggressively. He's taken the lead, while others are getting a little nervy. And there is Jamal on the 16th, finding his 4th birdie in succession. And that will give him the sole position of the 5th spot.
Rarely do we see fortune swing atop the leaderboard in a tournament as frequently as we have this week at the Tollygunge Club. It's a mixed bag of nerves, excellent pin positions, outstanding golf course, a challenging golf course. And there we go, another drained putt. The wind is picking up slightly, the flag's fluttering a bit, but I don't think it really matters much now. But beautifully manicured fairways. And there we have Om Prakash Chauhan essaying his approach shot. Chauhan, who was presently in the joint lead with Kshitij Navid Kaul. Om Prakash Chauhan has essayed 3 back-to-back, a hat-trick of birdies after a drop shot on the 11th, as Mr. Rakesh Rao just pointed out. Kshitij Navid Kaul is on a rampage, 15 under. Both of them are sitting at pretty at 15 under. Chauhan has the advantage of an extra shot, extra hole, because he's 1 hole behind Kshitij. Daunting water bodies of the Tollygunge Club, waiting to swallow up errant golf shots. Not many to be seen at this level of the sport, but the club golfer will testify to their ominous role they play. What a brilliant shot that is. One couldn't have asked for a better approach shot. Of course, the best would be to nail the ball into the cup, but outstanding to say the least.
So true. And here is what you see, DP World Players Championships, brought to you by Urbana. Tagline is Change Your World. There's Sanjeev, has had a forgettable round so far. That's a beautiful shot, giving you an idea of the fairway. There is Om Prakash Chauhan, one of the joint leaders, armed with a hat-trick of birdies, looking to add another one here.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस। जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन। इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं।
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस, थकान वाली प्यास के लिए।
So there we have the long shot of that on the left that you see. Straining moments here, really stress on those who are in contention and those who are trying to finish strongly. After 4 successive birdies with 2 to play, whereas Manu Gandas and Shaurya, one-time leaders, they both dropped a shot on the 14th, which is a par 4. And suddenly, after a clogged leaderboard at the top that was once shared by 4 players, now you find Kshitij and Om Prakash sharing the lead. Manu is third at 14, and Shaurya, who has led this tournament for most part, finds himself at minus 13, sole position of the 4th spot. Jamal is 5th, Anshul is 6th, Harman is 7th. So suddenly that pack is no longer there. Everybody is holding their positions there, the top 10. Here you are, a little, that's a beautiful shot taken by our cameraman there. Manu trying to make amends for the dropped shot, looking to pick up a shot here on the 15th. This is a 310-yard par 4, which is the shortest par 4 on this course.
There again, you see the pin tucked to the bottom right of the green, making it mandatory for you to essay a brilliant approach shot, landing in the rough but rolling onto the green just the right amount of distance. Or you take the risk of overshooting the green and finding your way back. That's a clear example. Brilliantly essayed. That's about 2.5 or 3 foot putt. From the looks of it, from here, from the camera angle we have, they look like Siamese twins, these 2 players.
Yeah, Ashwin. Yeah, Shaurya, he is giving you another evidence of how tough it has been for him. He's not getting his placement right, the pitching areas which he got so consistently well on the first 2 days. Somehow his game has gone off the boil there, and there's Manu trying to minimize the damage and trying to stay in contention. Goes past the pin there. Not an easy shot from where he was, just at the fringe. So two strugglers who were once leading the field, now finding it really tough. There is Om Prakash, one of the joint leaders, in the best position among these three. Let's see what he does. Om Prakash's putter is really hot now. 3 birdies in succession. And there he nails it. Keeps it clean. So there you are. That should place Om Prakash as the temporarily the sole leader at this point.
Om Prakash also has the advantage of an extra hole or two, because Kshitij Navid Kaul has already completed 16, is on his 17th. Om Prakash is on the 15th. So this 2-hole cushion couldn't hurt. Meanwhile, we have the duo of Manu Gandas and Shaurya Bhattacharya trying to claw their way back up the leaderboard. That drain putt couldn't hurt. Now we have Manu staring down a 2.5, 3-foot putt. You notice he was stuck in the thicket and he chipped onto the second cut outside the green, and his subsequent approach shot placed his ball about 2.5 feet from the pin. Beyond the pin, now he hits back to complete his hole. So as we see the leaderboard there, Manu Gandas drains his putt, stays at 14 under after 15. So Kshitij Navid Kaul and Om Prakash Chauhan sitting with the best chance.
So these are those who are trying to finish strongly, not in the race anymore for the top prize. Meanwhile, the confirmation is there. Om Prakash now leads at -16. Kshitij at -15. Shaurya at -14, jointly sharing the third spot with Manu Gandas. So, Om Prakash with 3 to play has opened a one-shot lead over Kshitij, who has 2 to play after this. And at this point, I invite Rahul Banerjee to join the commentary.
Om Prakash clearly has the advantage with an extra hole to play as Mr. Banerjee comes on. Kshitij Navid Kaul would do well to focus on every shot now and not worry about the outcome. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ashwin. Thank you, Rakesh. Yeah, fascinating final stretch of the TP World Championship. Kshitij stepping in there. Stays. Oh my, he looks like he's going to drop a shot. Om Prakash Chauhan really piling there onto the field here. And that bogey will probably, we'll wait for confirmation, but it probably will drop Kshitij into a tie for second place alongside the mercurial Shaurya Bhattacharya, who's been certainly in the wars, but he has managed to steady the ship. Though it's at the top, it is the experience of OP Chauhan which is beginning to tell on the field. He's kept the heat up. He's got 8 birdies on the day, Ashwin. Had it not been for those 2 dropped shots early on either side of the start and the turn, he would have sealed this by now.
True, sir. In cricket, we would call that a double hat trick. 12, 13, 14, 15. So 12, 13, 14 is one hat trick, and 13, 14, 15 is another double hat trick of birdies. It's not easy to accomplish, especially in these conditions and with the pressure, because he's not a runaway leader to be essaying this kind of performance. The heat is on. There are people on his heels. That's the quality of Om Prakash Chauhan. Experience clearly trumps here.
And he's been waiting to, return to the winner's circle for some time now. This will be a most welcome result for the Mao man. It's a very interesting conversation I had with him after he came back from his stint on the TP World Tour. And he said, "Sir, I was playing for cuts in the first half of the season. Then I stopped worrying about that and focused just on playing each round by itself, and that really made a difference." So here we are finally seeing some of the result. That experience you would have picked up from that 1 year playing on circuits around Africa, Europe, and parts of Asia on the TP World Tour. Certainly, OP was always a very complete package. I think it's the mental strength that he has brought back from that stint on the TP World Tour that is holding him in really, really good stead today. On picture, another battle-hardened campaigner, Jamal Hussain, is multiple winner on the PGTI and the DP World PGTI, and generally been in and around contention. Top 10 finishes are his forte, other than the occasional win. The closing hole, a long par 3, 202 yards. Looks a little worried with the outcome of that shot. And we'll wait to see the outcome of that. I think he's got a signal saying that not too bad. Kshitij Navidkol just having dropped a shot on 17, looking to regain his composure and make the most of this. He's a long hitter, and he's fairly certain to find not just the dance floor, but favorable placing on as close to the pin as possible. This is his last opportunity. He's playing 2 groups ahead of the lead pack, so to say. And certainly that setback was a dent in his victory charge. This safely on is the first job done. And it's going to be, since he's so far up the road from the leaders, Ashwin, he's going to be a little bit like Australia was. You do your thing and you hope for other good things to happen for you from somebody else. But that's what it is. That's the way golf is. And Shaurya Bhattacharya has looked to put his challenge back on track. Nice ball spinning back a little bit from that approach shot. Someone's even closer, quite likely OP. OP is the one who's really found form. And the second of the Siamese twins now with his shot. Manu was also briefly in the lead, ripped back. Relentless pressure there from Om Prakash Chauhan. 16 under now after 15 completed holes. Kshitij is 14 under after 17. And these are the other two members of the lead group, Manu and Shaurya, on 14 under par each. At the top, it is. So now we know for sure it is OP is the closest to the pin, again, in a well placed to add yet another birdie. He's got 8 today, don't forget, against 2 drop shots. Shaurya is certainly within makeable distance, while Manu Gandas has left himself with a fair amount to do. We've really seen swings in fortune today, Ashwin, from the time we came on air till what it is today. Right now in front of us, it's a fairly different, completely different picture. We've seen swings of fortune, seen misfortunes, seen good fortune, missed putts, converted putts, great birdie putts, some agonizingly missing. And that's confirmation as things stand. After 15 completed holes, it is Om Prakash Chauhan who's our sole leader. And now with a 2-shot cushion coming into the final 3 holes. In chase, it is now with called Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas, but they have fallen 2 shots behind. And pretty much panning out in front of you as it is. This is going to be the more or less the final shape of things.
One of the factors, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the factors that has led to this sudden swing of fortunes on this golf course, which we don't see everywhere, is also the fact that the greens aren't too large. So there's very little surface area to play from, and the greens are also quick. It's like 10.3 is a pacey green. So getting onto the, as you call it, the dance floor and staying there and finishing off productively is not as easy as it looks.
Absolutely. I mean, in terms of distance, this is a fairly short course, 6,270 odd yards. But it's like you very correctly said, the nature of the greens. Not only are they a little smaller than you would find in many other places, a few of them are tabletops. Some others are very heavily contoured. So we've seen so often in front of us the ball flying off the edge. I mean, you overhitting and you having to chip. Manu was in the wars a little while ago coming. There you go, yet again, Jamal overhitting. So it's a combination of many factors. It's literally what Michel Ortolani said at the top of the show. It's precision that is going to be key, and we're seeing that play out in front of us. OP playing absolutely after that slight flutter early on either side of the start. In the front 9 and early in the back 9. He's put together a stunning round. I mean, he's playing, and we just saw the result of that approach shot. He's playing precise golf, having the ball on a string, as they say. As you would say, being a cricketer as a bowler, having a ball on a string is something you would know about. Oh, look at that. Marvelous effort yet again. Jamal has scrambled himself out of very difficult lies more than once. And the fact that he's now in the top 5 has made his more than a good share of conversions to be in that position. Put together 4 birdies in a row coming into the 18th.
One can say Jamal ka aadmi hai. Look at that green there. Looks like a little egg on the fairway. Very little surface area to play on. And Sampath Chari's skill sets of placing pin positions on these greens is also something that one should applaud. Sampath should write a book on the art of placing pins.
It's the players around him who should be writing the book and saying how tough Sampath Chari sir makes life for us. But a little word for young Harman Sachdeva, rookie, battling away. He's just eagled the 17th, one of a very small number to do so. In fact, nobody else in the top 10 has even got a birdie there. He's got an eagle. Kshitij, in fact, was dropped a shot over there. So there you can see him looking like a little ladybug in that bright red outfit from this distance. Here's another man who was in contention till just a little while ago. So every mistake being punished very heavily over here, Ashwin. This course can, like we keep saying, it's not the most testing in terms of distance, but certainly testing in terms of your your strategy, your planning, and your execution precision as getting as quickly as you can onto the dance floor. Look at that. I mean, that gives you an idea of how difficult the pin positions are. Tucked away far left. You saw the white flag flutter in front of you from that aerial shot. It is now looking to claw back something. This is last hole and just leaving a little bit on the high side. So he will probably finish where he is. He's currently at 14 under. He had a good run till that dropped shot. He was going bogey free all the way till 17. And he will, in all likelihood, this is a tap in for par. For Kshitij on your screens now. That's his round done. 14 under par it is. And we will over the next half an hour, 45 minutes, wait to see exactly where that leaves him. Currently in a share of second place alongside Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas. Harman Sachdeva climbing on the back of that eagle into sole fourth place and 12 under par. Om Prakash Chauhan is our leader, 16 under after 15 completed holes. And now looking like he will have to be, he is the one to, either pack it up or give it away.
Speaking of eagles, that's a well-drained putt. Speaking of eagles, we've had 18 eagles on the par 5 7th this week. Can you believe it? An eagle is not something that comes by every day, but clearly shows it's not too long a hole, but accuracy is clearly what's helped the golfers.
Certainly also the function of how far the modern golfer hits the ball. I mean, if it's a par 4, if you're giving her a chance for eagle there, it's the par 5. That means you're on the green in 2. So the function of two things. Harman Sachdeva looking to close his round out here. Be more than happy with a 12 under finish. Which he does. Confident conversion there. That's his tournament done. Doffing his hat to shake hands with his playing partners. Jamal Hussain in the pink. Kshitij Navid Kaul was briefly in the lead. Now finishing his outing and 14 under par, which is share for second place alongside Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas, who are playing together in the final group. Alongside this man, our event leader, O.P. Chauhan would have, could have, should have, probably, had he converted this putt, which I think was a birdie putt, would have probably sealed the deal right here. But as it stands, he's just left the door open a tiny little bit for his playing partners, who are the closest to him in terms of gettability, because since Kshitij Navid Kaul has finished his round, Manu Gandas and Shaurya Bhattacharya are the ones who are closest to our event leader. Om Prakash Chauhan riding on 8 birdies against 2 drop shots. One of the hot rounds of the day. Manu Gandas now makes a par putt there. So that's the 2 final holes to go. Akshay Niranjan on the par 3 18th, playing to 202 yards. Went for a lower trajectory than most. And exactly like you were saying, Ashwin, if you don't keep the ball in the heart of the green, and you go flag hunting like Akshay did over there, all it needs is an error of a couple of degrees, maybe even less, for it to leave the green. Sanjeev Kumar was in contention for a while, day 2 and day 3, but has fallen off the pace somewhat. On a tournament total of 6 under par.
While Sanjeev Kumar's ball soars in the air. Again, not again to miss the green. Let me welcome Mr. Rakesh Rao back on air.
The final rights of the 1.5 crore rupee DP World Tour Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club in Kolkata, presented by Urbana, being played out in front of us. Some more aerial shots of this beautiful club, this historic buildings. Has a very fine kitchen too. Must say, if you ever visit Kolkata and you're in the vicinity, and if you're in the mood for a good snack, do drop in at the Tolly. It has a fabulous kitchen. And their confirmation as things stand for you in front of us, Om Prakash Chauhan, 16 under par, 2 holes to go. Kshitij Navid Kaul having finished on 14 under for the tournament. Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas giving OP Chauhan's chase. They're playing all of them playing together, so they're the only ones really who have a realistic opportunity to unseat or put some pressure on the leader. Almost everybody else is done. Harman Sachdeva doing a great job. Rookie finishing on 12 under par. Jamal Hussain finishing on 12 under par. That's your top 5. Anshul Kaptial, young man from Delhi, on 11 under par. Jared Hackhoff, winner of the Chhattisgarh Open. Akshay Sharma and Saptak Talwar completing the top 10 as things stand now.
So, as Rahul said, these are the closing stages of the tournament. We are at the business end. And Om Prakash should fancy his chances. 2 shots ahead, 2 to play. All he has to do is to just hold his nerve. Even if he finds par, the pressure will be on and Manu to do something which they can't just wait for anything to happen. They'll have to make it happen. So there is Shaurya. That's a nice approach. Very clean.
Certainly has proved to be a test, Rakesh, this course. I mean, Yuvraj Sandhu's 21 under par tournament record total has never seriously been under threat at any point. It looked like it would be because Shaurya Bhattacharya was 14 under after 36 holes, but he never gained any traction from that point onwards. In fact, went backwards yesterday and has really done well to fight his way back to this position in a tie, 3-way tie for third place despite some bumps along the way. Again, another man who briefly actually held the lead, Manu Gandas, on picture now. The nature of the course catching him out on a couple of occasions. 2 drop shots have seen him fall off the pace completely. Manu going flag hunting there, extreme left pin position, covered somewhat by even a bunker that sits in the way. Shaurya will be up next, a very similar line. And this is probably his last chance to put some pressure on OP, because after this there's a very long par 3 which has not produced too many birdies, so Shaurya will want to make this count. Opting from a slight right to left line. Fabulous at best, overrunning it a bit, but given the quality of these players and their putting, certainly will look to have or think he will have a chance to make a birdie putt out of that. Akshay Sharma now on screen. Just missing it out, missing on the low side there. Akshay Sharma, Akshay Niranjan, and Sanjeev Kumar, members of this. This is the last from one group. Akshay Niranjan in picture now. But we are certainly expecting a closer battle than what we have seen unfold in front of us for the last 4 or 5 holes. O.P. Chauhan making the most of all his experience and precision to up his tempo of play. Akshay Niranjan finishes on 6 under par. That leaves him done. His namesake is next, Akshay Sharma, absolutely unmistakable in that floral shirt. One of the more consistent members of the PGTI. Figures regularly in the top 10, 15, top 20, 9 under for this event. That's a par putt coming up for him. It converts. And yet another top 10 finish for this experienced golfer from Chandigarh. This man on screen didn't have the best, slightly forgettable day, as Rakesh has pointed out earlier today. Sanjeev was in play for a while on day 3, but faded away today. Be relieved to finish up and get off the course. And that paves the way for the final group to reach this closing 72nd and last hole of the 1.4 crore rupee DP World Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club. That was quite an astonishing putt. Shows you the level of confidence of this young man, Rakesh. Shaurya had left himself a lot to do. And this is all he can do, really. Keep converting opportunities to put some sort of pressure on OP. Which is a wonderful putt. Beautiful read, beautiful pace, right center of the cup there.
Fantastic drain. It was and the way he clenched his fist after that. It shows that he believes that he is still in with a shot. That should keep him one shot behind the leader with 1 to play. And here is Om Prakash trying to just maintain that 2-shot lead with this birdie conversion. Let us see if he can get it right. With 4 birdies in the last 5 holes, his confidence should be right up there. And he misses it, leaves himself with a makeable putt. So that means, as things stand now, it is Shaurya who will be 1 shot behind the leader going into the final hole. It goes past the pin. We'll have to make a return putt now. It's a leaders group. A lot is at stake. Each stroke means a lot of money. It can make a difference between finishing second, sole second or third. So with 2 people on minus 14 now, a lot can happen. That's a narrow miss, leaving himself with a tap-in.
Replay the Manu opting for a wedge. The collars of the fairly thick, so maybe this is the best option available to him. OP now putting for par, and which will leave him the leader by 1. 16 under par is our man on screen. Om Prakash Chauhan, the unmistakable haircut, and telling his caddy, "Look, that's what I should have done." Getting congratulated from one of his fellow players, and we are down to the 72nd and final hole of this 1.4 crore rupee TP World Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club in Calcutta, presented by Urbana and PGTI store partners Amul, Amrutanjan Electro Plus in this good amount of support from the private sector coming in to back this game that has been on an upward trajectory for the past several years and looking to scale greater heights. Victorious choice, of course, another stalwart partner of the PGTI, Axis Bank, Campa, Golf Plus Monthly, and Golf Design India. Shaurya Bhattacharya on screen now is close to within 1 of the leader. He's fighting in all the way. He's really been in the wars, especially from the second 9 onwards on day 3. He's done what is in his hands. He has done, kept up his challenge despite all the reverses that have come his way since yesterday. But he's battled the odds, hung on there, overcome what he himself called later yesterday, after his round yesterday, a slightly questionable choice of clubs at some point in time. Had the putting yips for a while, but he's battled through it, all of it, and sole second, keeping the pressure on this man on screen, our event leader, Om Prakash Chauhan, 16 under par, into the 18th hole, the final hole of this tournament. And that should pretty much, though he has run on a little bit, Shaurya as well to the right. Unfortunately, Manu Gandas, the third member of this lead group, is now 2 shots behind the leader, 14 under par. Had he converted that beautiful little chip, that might have been a different story, but as things stand, he's 2 behind the leader. 1 behind him is Shaurya Bhattacharya, and at the top of the leaderboard by himself, Om Prakash Chauhan.
Rahul, how often have you seen a finishing hole of any competitive golf course where you have the top flight events being a par 3? Normally we've seen, par 5, 4s, but here we see a par 3 as is a finishing hole. And there you are. Very neat looking shot, 1 on.
I tell you something, Rakesh, this opens up a few possibilities, because OP has hit it, I think, over the green by the looks of what we saw, whatever little we saw on the camera. Shaurya is a little further away from Manu, but if he can putt the way he did on 17 and maximize this putt, that again throws the door open for a very interesting little passage of play. So let's see how it goes. All to play for still. I mean, it's not done yet. Om Prakash Chauhan certainly in the lead on this final hole to go, but he is still feeling the heat, still feeling the pressure from Shaurya Bhattacharya, who led for the first 2 days, a good part of the third, ended the day 3 in a share of the lead alongside his playing partner Manu Gandas, and he's still there at the end, at the very pointy end of this tournament, and things still not looking a done deal for the leader by any means. But the next few minutes will tell us exactly what is to transpire. Shaurya Bhattacharya closer to camera, and his twin in attire, Manu Gandas, just behind, both of them in grey t-shirts, white slacks, white hats, and OP in with his inimitable hairstyle, always the one to stand out. OP is looked well to see confirmation of where his ball has finished up. It is definitely gone over the green. Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas closer on the dance floor and closer to the pin. We'll have to see exactly where Chauhan's ball has gone.
Appears to be on the fringe there. Yeah, and there you are. He's using his. Is he going to? He's going to just kind of chip in. It's not using his putter from there, as some would actually try to be a little safer and be in control. And I think, yeah, there he takes his putter out there. Yes, it's quite interesting. He'll just hope to stay within a makeable putt. There he's chipping in. Just this is tantalizing. Really, it is. There he leaves it. I think he's left himself far too much here. I think now we are in for a contest, because this is more than just a makeable putt. Looks very difficult, and should Shaurya or like Manu just kind of more Shaurya than Manu here, if he can put that pressure, either he gets it in or he's very close to it, I think the pressure can take its toll on Om Prakash.
It was a gutsy go. I mean, he picked up a wedge with plenty of loft, but he seemed to have used the heel of that club more than the loft on the face. But it did actually hit the edge of the hole before it rolling on. So now this opens the door for if Shaurya can convert this birdie putt, then it truly ups the heat on OP. Shaurya will putt first because he's further from the hole than Manu. Both of them on the green with their approach shots, the tee shots. This is what the greens at the Tolly have done to all the players, everyone in the field. Virtually no one has walked off without a blemish on the card over the 4 days. We saw Kshitij Navid Kaul have a great run till he dropped a shot on 17. Shaurya has finished on 15 under par, and now it is up to OP Chauhan to, of course, Manu Gandas will putt before that. He is on 14 under par. Shaurya Bhattacharya finishes on 15 under par, and our event leader OP Chauhan 16 under and putting to save par on the 72nd hole of the DP World Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club, presented by Urbana. Change your world is what they want you to do. Manu with a birdie putt will give him a share of second place alongside Shaurya, who is done. He has finished his tournament on 15 under. That putt was his last opportunity to really put even further pressure. It would have brought him level, in fact, with Prakash Chauhan, but that was not to be. Ball staying a little low and a little shy of the hole. Manu with a chance to join, take a share of second place.
Rahul, should this ball go in and Chauhan falter, we'll have a three-way tie. So, I mean, we have come as close as that. From just about a hole ago, we were seeing the leader with a two-shot cushion. And now we are looking at a possible three-way playoff. We can also have a two-way. There you are. So you have two people sharing the second spot at the moment at minus 15. Chauhan, the leader, at minus 16. He's one shot ahead, but he has a long putt to make just to save putt on this par 3 18th. So a lot of excitement there. And it all depends how the experience of Om Prakash Chauhan comes to his aid, because this is where he'll have to bring out his very best, keep his nerves, drop the ball in, and take the title. And in case the ball doesn't go in, stays out of the cup, we'll see a three-way playoff. So everything to play for, everything to look forward to.
A true knee knocker, Rakesh. This is what it can come down to sometime. Hope he looked like he had it in the bag, leading by two holes ago. And this actually sums up the way this day has gone, and how often fortunes have swung this way and that way. And yeah, this is it. I mean, this is crunch time. This is what they play for. This is what they practice for. Hundreds and hundreds of putts. And there you go. He almost fell off his feet in relief there. I can promise you that would have been, everything would have weighed a ton. His feet, his hands, his putter head, everything would have felt over 100 kilos heavier than it normally is. But great credit to this man. He's done it, held his nerve when it counted the most to come through as winner of the DP World Players Championship at the Tollygunge Club, presented by Urbana. And there you go. Happy pictures. Got the customary bath of mineral water, since we don't do anything more aggressive or more active than that. But yeah, that mullet is now water soaked, believe me, fully, as is that very distinctive t-shirt. And Rakesh, that I think sums up this final day perfectly.
What an exciting finale here. That final shot deciding the championship here. And for Om Prakash Chauhan, who won 4 titles on way to the Order of Merit victory there in 2023, his best finish after that year was a second place in the same City of Joy. And now he improves it by 1, wins his first title in 3 seasons. There you are. And give credit to Om Prakash Chauhan for holding that last putt. What a pressure putt it was. It looks easy, but when you have so much at stake, with 2 guys waiting for a playoff, and you shatter their dream or just take away that one last chance, and just let's have a look at it again. The biggest of them all, that final putt to seal the crown. There you are. Look at him. Can barely keep his balance. He's more relieved than happy, it seems. And there you are. He's being soaked by his well-wishers. And he wouldn't just mind that, because he's had a long day under the sun. There you are, accepting the embrace of his well-wishers. So good for him too. This has been truly a city of joy for him, because he has returned to his best finish in 4 seasons. 3 seasons ago, he finished, he's had at the RCGC, he came second that was, I think, there was a tournament I recall where this was a Kolkata Challenge where he came second last year. And this year, I mean, that was almost 13 months ago. So it's good to see him back. Last year, he was 11th on the Order of Merit. This year, he's started off well. Year before last, he had top 3 finishes. And there you see on your screens, Om Prakash Chauhan with a winning score of 16 under for a aggregate of 264. Remember, it's a par 70 course. So he had a minus 16, that is 16 under 264 as the winning score. Shaurya, leader for most parts, had to share the second spot with another challenger, Manu Gandas, both at 265, just one shot behind the eventual champion. Kshitij, who made a late charge, had to settle for the sole fourth spot at 14 under. And right behind him was young Harman Sachdeva, who had a last, his last under par, his best was an eagle in that 12, which saw him jump a few spots to have his strongest finish of his career. And there you are, Jaivir. These are all the shots that you're going to see. A lot of misses here, a lot of putts, a lot of exciting movements. There is Akshay's shot there. So coming back to the finale, Rahul, how did you see it?
I mean, fitting into this is a man who held his nerve when it counted the most. You have a few shots of various hits and misses over the course of this final day. Sanjeev Kumar, Akshay Sharma, I beg your pardon. Kshitij Navid called threatened for a while, and he was in fact doing extremely well till that bogey derailed his efforts. We saw some great fights up and down the order. Here's the young man on the screen in front of you, the bright red shirt, with an impressive third outing in his first season on the TP World PGTI. Harman Sachdeva. So that's a very appropriate package in its own way, Rakesh, over the last 9 holes. You had some great approach shots like you seen like just now. Some agonizingly missed putts, some incredibly long, beautiful conversions. And right when it counted the most, you had Om Prakash Chauhan holding his nerve for his first win in 3 years. Since that dream year which he went on to top the order of merit. It was the last time he actually won. It was 2024, most of the year he was away. 2025 he had a few top 10s but never really threatened the winner's circle. But all of that has changed today. Om Prakash Chauhan back as a winner, and an extremely lucrative win it is too. One of his earlier putts, the distinctive mullet, shaking in disgust at his own read. He was not happy with that putt at all. Didn't let that affect him too much. Manu Gandas there, his share of glory when he pulled into a share of the lead, but lost it again. Akshay Niranjan again had an impressive run, top 5, top 6 finish for this young man from Bangalore. Akshay Sharma. So we've seen it all really, some real high quality golf all the way. The winning score of 16 under par is by no means a small achievement. OP was steady with the putter. Other than a couple of blips early in the front line and on the back nine, he held this challenge together all the way.
Yeah, Rahul, and what a day we had. We had as many as 4 leaders on the final day. It is something which you don't see. After seeing just one leader on the first 2.5 days of the event, suddenly we had 4 leaders on the final day, with Shaurya taking the sole lead at the start. Then it was Manu, then Kshitij, and finally Om Prakash Yadav, who held on to that lead after a very nervy last 2 holes, where he lost his 2-shot lead to 1, and they just held on with that final putt. Just a perfect script for a superb week which we had here. The greens played true, the challenges were right up there, the weather was fine, and I think our homegrown golfers really showed that they were up for the challenge which awaits them next month. That is next month will be all of like dollar events, no rupee events lined up on the two events, which $300,000, and then of course the flagship event on the Indian golf calendar, the Indian Open, offering more than 2 million in prize money. So all to play for those who have shown form this week. And Om Prakash Chauhan is sure to carry that form, and at least he'll have hopes to gain much more. And there is a winning moment you see again on your screen. Om Prakash Chauhan holding his nerve and putting the ball where it belongs, right in the heart of the cup. And there you see him. It's difficult to make out whether he's more joyous than relieved, but there you are, soaking in that moment quite literally.
And certainly taken the distance, Rakesh. He was at no point could he say he was done and comfortable, because he saw Shaurya birdie the penultimate hole. Manu in fact bogeyed the final, birdied the final hole to potentially set up a three-way playoff, which was not to be finally. Much to, I'm sure, to OP's relief and to his caddy's relief, would have lugged that bag around for more playoff holes. And that did not happen. Om Prakash Chauhan holding his nerve quite superbly at the very end to bring in his first win in 3 years and fittingly walk off the champion. We have seen 3 events. This is event number 3 of the PGTI, DP World PGTI's 2026 season.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, hello.
And coming up next week is the start of 72, the league, foray into an all-professional, first time event of its kind, first time tournament of its kind, professional league, 6 teams in the fray across 3 quality venues in the Delhi NCR region, and a final confirmation of our score as it stands. The top 10, Om Prakash Chauhan on 16 under par 264. Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas sharing second place. Kshitij Navid called a brave run today, giving him sole 4th. Harman Sachdeva, impressive young man, finishing on 12 under par alongside Jamal Hussain. Anshul Kapthia, another rising star from Delhi, sole 7th. Jared Hack, Akshay Sharma sharing 8th place, and Saptak Talwar, who won his maiden breakthrough title last year, rounding off the top 10. That's as things finish up over here. It will all be all change in the DP World PGTA order of 2, I'm sure, because the 2 players who were right up front so far, Hani Basoya and Jared Hack, have yielded some space for the likes of OP Chauhan, Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas. So we will know of that shortly in a while, but it's been an exciting week, an exciting final 2 days for us in the commentary box as well. We were fortunate to bring you some quality golf, some agonizing misses, some terrific gains, people pitching in the ball from 140 yards out, 110 yards out, missing from close range, converting from middle range. We've seen it all. Some good golf, some great recoveries, some terrific putting, and this magnificent building, this heritage structure, which is the main clubhouse of the Toligans Club in Calcutta, the heart of urban South Kolkata, a little green oasis. As Ashwin, our co-commentator, has reminded us frequently through the last day and a half, that it also has its share of fauna other than the flora that we can see on camera in the shape of jackals. And I think it has a herd of deer as well. That's what I was told when I played there some years ago. And well, if they can hide jackals and deer there, I'm sure they could hide something even more interesting, for all one knows. It used to be a riding school as well at some point in this place. It was a botanical garden, a riding school. So this little plot, a 100-acre plot in the heart of
है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Can I have your attention, please? We are about to start the prize presentation ceremony. Can I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the prize presentation ceremony of the DP World Players Championship 2026, powered by Urbana, the third event of the DP World PGTI's 2026 season. We witnessed some breathtaking golf this week at the Tollygunge Club. The cut went at 1 over, and there were several top-notch performances during the week by the likes of Shaurya Bhattacharya, Kshitij Naveed Kaul, Manu Gandas, Om Prakash Chauhan, Akshay Sharma, Rookie Harman Sachdeva, and Anshul Kaptial, to name a few. At the end, as you know, there can only be one winner, and the most consistent performer came through at the end. Now, to start off, I'd like to invite the following dignitaries here for the prize presentation. Mr. Amandeep Johal, CEO PGTI, Mr. Mayank Jalan, Managing Director BNRI and Chief Managing Director Keventer, Mr. Hitesh Gurtu, Golf Captain, the Tollygunge Club Limited, and Brigadier V. Ganapati, Chief Executive and Managing Member, the Tollygunge Club Limited. We will start off with the plaque presentation ceremony. I would request Mr. Amandeep Johal to kindly present plaques on behalf of PGTI. First to Mr. Mayank Jalan. Thank you for your support, sir. I would now request Mr. Johal to kindly present a plaque to Mr. Hitesh Gurtu. It's now time for the speeches. I would request Mr. Amandeep Johal to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you, Nikhil. From and on behalf of the DP World PGTI, could I have the attention of my professionals? Can we have a big round of applause for Tollygunge Club? For Tollygunge Golf Course. I think the golf course was playing like any PGA Tour golf course. That's the feedback I got, and thank you so much to the entire team of Captain Mr. Hitesh Gurtu, Brigadier Ganpati. Always, sir, your hospitality is phenomenal. And special thanks to Gaurav Pundir. Thank you, Gaurav. You keep raising the bar every year. Huh? My professionals are going to get spoiled. Mayank Jalan, thank you so much for supporting us. He's a supporter of golf in Calcutta, and we want to take him India-wide. Thank you very much. Pradeep Surekha isn't here today, but thank you so much for supporting this tournament. DP World coming into Indian golf is a very big thing for golf in India. I think we are now getting noticed and worldwide. We are partners with the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour, and now we are the DP World PGTI, so it gives us that huge elevation, and I think any lover of golf in India is going to appreciate this great partnership we have with DP World. So thank you very much to DP World for supporting PGTI. And the golf, my professionals have stepped up their golf. Phenomenal last 3 weeks since we started. In Chhattisgarh, we had our inaugural event. We then went to Tollygunge Club, Qutub Golf Club in Delhi, and now Tollygunge Club. And the scores have been phenomenal. this week as well. Om Prakash Chauhan, after 3 years, well done, buddy. Great golf. 16 under par to hold off 2 stars, Manu Gandas and Shaurya Bhattacharya. I think you did very well. And that last hole putt made me 100 rupees. Thank you very much once again to DP World and to all my partners, without whom I don't think this tour will become a success. Victorious Choice, Amul. We have recently signed with Axis Bank, so now they are our new bankers. A big round of applause for Axis Bank. To Campa, thank you very much. And it's always a pleasure to be in Calcutta. I love the food, I love the people, I love the Bengali, everything. I'm just sad that I came only for today, but I promise to come here and spend a week and have all my heart full of Shandesh. Thank you very much.
Right, we now move on to the announcement of the prizes. And first we'll be announcing the joint runners-up. I would request the captain and the chief executive to kindly jointly present the runner-up prizes to Shaurya Bhattacharya and Manu Gandas, finishing with totals of 15 under 265. Shaurya leading for the first 2 days and Manu making his move in round 3. Finally, it's time to announce the winner. And I would request Mr. Mayank Jalan to kindly do the honors by presenting the winner his rightful check and the trophy. Our winner this week, Om Prakash Chauhan, scores of 69, 67, 64 and 64 for a total of 16 under 264. His 12th win after a gap of nearly 3 years. He's won again. Former DP World PGTI Order of Merit champion. He's also played on the DP World Tour. Pulling it from the brink, making that late charge today. He takes away the winner's check worth INR 22,50,000. It's now time for the winner to say a few words. OP.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just very happy because after 3 years back, I'm win. First, thanks to DP World 2 as a coming to PGTI and going to grow on PGTI. Thanks to all the sponsors and all the tour partners on the PGTI. Thank you so much.
मैं जानना चाह रहा हूँ कि 18 नंबर पे क्या दिमाग में चल रहा था?
सर मेरा 18 नंबर पे दिमाग में बस एक चीज़ चल रही थी, क्योंकि मैंने शॉट तो जो अपना मान रहा था बेस्ट शॉट वो तो मैंने मार दिया था, बट जब मैं फर्स्ट टाइम बॉल के ऊपर गया तो मुझे लाई थोड़ी सी अगेंस्ट लाई लगी, तो मैं उसमें कंफ्यूज था कि अब क्या मारूं। तो फिर दिमाग में एक थिंकिंग थी कि सैंडविच से रोल में क्रॉस द होल कर उसके बाद अपील पट ले, वो बेटर रहेगा।
आधे लोग बोल रहे थे पटर क्यों नहीं खेल रहा?
नहीं सर, वो ग्रास के ऊपर डिपेंड है ना, और वैसे भी मैं आउट ऑफ द ग्रीन पटर नहीं खेलता सर। थैंक यू सो मच।
Congratulations to the winner and the runners-up. Before we conclude, we'd like to thank DP World, the title partner, Urbana, powered by Partner, the Tollygunge Club host venue for this week, Brigadier V. Ganapati, Chief Executive and Managing Member, the Tollygunge Club Limited. Thank you for all your support, sir. Mr. Gaurav Pundir, Co-Superintendent, Mr. Anand, Mr. Gautam for the F&B, the media for all their support, turning out in large numbers today and giving us great coverage through the week, all players, referees and officials, and of course PGTI's tour partners. A big thank you to them: Amul, Victorious Choice, Axis Bank, Campa, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Golf Plus Monthly and Golf Design India. A big thank you to ABP Live, Doordarshan and Waves OTT for the outstanding live telecast of the event. It's time to say goodbye to our online and TV audiences and the players. Keep following us for updates at our next event, 72 The League, which will take place in Delhi NCR over the next 2 weeks. Thank you.